Welcome to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard podcast. Today we're going to talk about rapid wins. I'm going to share a rapid win with you. We're going to dive into Joseph Goddard. And we're going to explore you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. I got to tell you, I just love hearing from you guys. Let's dive into the Neville Goddard podcast. About 2 weeks ago over bacon, I had this crazy idea. And it wasn't an idea about bacon at all. It was this crazy idea of, let's revisit manifestingmasterycourse.com. The last time Victoria and I did it as a couple was 10 years ago. And so I put it up on the Facebooks. I said, hey, we're going to do this. Who wants to join in the fun? We're going to be posting our updates here in the LOA by Neville Goddard group. And wouldn't you know, people went nuts. New signups, old friends said, hey, can I take it again? And we're absolutely loving this because we're sharing in the adventure with the new, the old, the veterans, the tenderfoots. We used to call them tenderfeet. When I was a Boy Scout, I remember being a tenderfoot. I was brand new, wide-eyed, totally clueless, anticipating what I was going to learn and what I was going to do. I got my 2 merit badges pretty quick, basket weaving and survival skills. I notice most people don't notice the dawn of the new day. I notice most people are pretty damn loopy. They're loopy on the inside, repeating the same shit, the same shit, the same shit, the same shit. And so every day is pretty much the same shit, the same shit, the same shit, the same shit. You know, see, I do the same shit every day. I put out a podcast. I have a yummy lunch with my wife. I go to the pool. I do my kung fu fighting stuff. Boy, I'm really getting some good shit going on there. More and more days now I'm having coaching calls again. I'm really enjoying that. I didn't do many for a while. I'm doing a lot more now with Triple D and MM members. Because I enjoy the dance. I really think this is a big deal because a lot of people, they've traded in a dance for simply being loopy. This is where a lot of people go, what do you mean by that? What's he mean by that? Let me figure that out. I just want you to notice it. When you feel like dancing, you feel like dancing. There's something lovely. The dance of you is lovely. The expression, the exploration of you is lovely. On the other hand, being loopy is just being freaking loopy. They feel different. This is physiology. The science of miracles, as far as I'm concerned, is all physiology. Well, it's all imaginal first. But it shows up in your physiology. I want you to notice is the way you're approaching this, is the way you're approaching life, is the way you are approaching anything. Does it feel loopy? Does it feel forced? Does it feel like you have to push? Or are you playing? Are you playful? One of the emails I got this morning from one of the people that dove in says, I get it. This is a course in play. And I wrote back, it's a course in dance too. You get to play a lot more. You get to let the dance of you be explored and experienced, developed, and shared. I got an email 2 days ago, I think it was now. My ruts and routines. Well, actually, it started out with something like, you're right, Mr. 20, my ruts and my routines were killing me. You get in ruts, you get in routines, and there's ways out of them. So every day before I get out of bed, I do my Joseph Goddard 5 to 12, 6 to 10 specific events of my day I imagine having gone my way. So imagine a couple days ago during my Joseph Goddards, this out of the blue. You see, by the way, Anthony asked a really good question for the show about putting new buns in the oven. And I mentioned during my Joseph Goddards, about 70% of my Joseph Goddards are the same old. A yummy lunch, a great podcast, a fantastic call with someone, great time at the pool. I can bang through those pretty quick. And while I'm in the habit of banging through those pretty quick, there's a hint here. If you do Joseph Goddard to the max, if you do this like we teach, you're going to get good at pretty quick manifesting, pretty quick scenes, pretty quick imaginal experiences, pretty and quick. JosephGoddardToTheMax.com. But you got to do it like we teach. And so one of the things that pops up is a chat with an old friend, a mentor of mine. And I just imagine having a chat with him. It's been years. And this is a guy who I absolutely love dearly. And so I experienced what I would experience if I'd just had a chat with him. And he sends me a message on Facebook today. I think he sent it to more than one person. And I just wrote something back, and he sends me his phone number. I mentioned, it's about something. So, hey, cool, new phone number. Let me give you a call. And we just had the most lovely chat. One that gave heaps to both of us. Like Neville Goddard said, you don't have to burst a blood vessel. You don't have to go into deep trance. If you're feeling you got to do that, you're not doing what Neville taught. You're not doing what we teach. You're not doing it the way we teach it. So I often mention one wish per session, one session per wish. Get in the habit of nailing things. Because you're going to develop one out of two habits. One, slow and struggle. Hours of brainwave recordings to try to help you surrender, try to help you make it happen more. Seriously, hours of brainwave recordings. I want you to get the joke here, because for you to imagine it's time for me to listen to the brainwave recording so I can do a Feel It Real session for 3 hours to imagine up the big lottery win. It takes you a moment to imagine hearing the brainwave recording so you can relax. You could take that moment and give life to something lovely instead of giving life to what you think will make it happen. Neville Goddard said, you have to give up the power. You have to give up the belief in all powers outside of yourself. We call that the pearl of great price. We talk about that a lot too. But you've got to buy the pearl. If you want to listen to some brainwave recordings, listen to them. If you want to meditate, meditate. You want to burn incense, I love all that stuff. I really do. I used to be a distributor for Hemi-Sync, the original brainwave recording people. But feeling it real is not the same as brainwave recordings. You don't need them. Because in a second, I could imagine putting an old Hemi-Sync recording into my cassette deck, putting on my headphones, and then putting it on, and then just 10, the 10 state, focus 10. Hearing the voice of Robert Monroe, oh my God, I could do that. And it might be fun. I could also imagine cracking an egg and making an omelet. Or I can imagine up Victoria's Yum and walk into the house and find, hey, she just made an omelet. You want to have fun with this? Let it be fun. Let it be fast. Let it be easy. Today's suggestion, JosephGoddardToTheMax.com. I think we take about 90 minutes there. And we explore what I just gave you in 30 seconds. My question to you is, do you think that there's a radical difference between exploring something for 90 minutes with me or hearing about it for 30 seconds? 30 seconds, you get the gist. 5 to 10, 6 to 12. Get in the habit of nailing them before you get out of bed in the morning. Invest that time before you get out of bed in the morning. Yada, yada, yada. Right? That's the 30-second version. The 90-minute version goes into a heck of a lot more detail. How long do you want to kiss for? Do you want to kiss for 30 seconds, or would you like to make out for 90 minutes? It's a totally different experience, gang. Meanwhile, imagine a 30-second road trip. That's called getting in the car, turning it on, and pulling up to the edge of the driveway versus a 90-minute adventure. You get where I'm going with this? Joseph Goddard to the max. All right, and for those of you who haven't done the basics yet, manifestingmasterycourse.com. You want to work with us? You want to get the basics down so this really becomes your way of life, your total way of life? It's the science of miracles, manifestingmasterycourse.com. 90-day adventure, $97. I'm breaking all the marketing rules here. Right, I'm telling you what it costs before you go and you see the benefits. That way you can notice how fast can you make up an excuse, and I want you to notice how fast can you decide that you're into excellence, not excuses. Excuses got you to where you are. Excellence will get you even higher, much higher. All right, have a lovely day. My name is Mr. 2020. Thank you for listening. Like, share, comment. I love hearing back from you guys.